Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Mommy and Me podcast. My name's Samantha.
My name's Elizabeth. Mommy. So today, guys, we wanted to make this episode about kind of like Valentine's related because we're gonna be posting this 2 days prior to Valentine's. So we're gonna just kind of be talking about loving in different forms and celebrating relationships beyond romance. So meaning that Valentine's just doesn't have to be about like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It could be for anybody else. And I kind of feel like that's kind of been like that for us for the past couple of years.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah, we don't have the partners. So we've always continued to celebrate Valentine's. But even when your dad was here, we celebrated Valentine's with my parents. And then we've kind of kept up with that. Where we made it, we still want to feel like it's a holiday to celebrate, but we celebrate it with the people that we choose to celebrate it with. I'm gonna open it up for you, and then you can kind of like chime in or add on or whatever, just to kind of get it started. So I wanted to kind of talk about the different kinds of love, not just like romantic, like kind of showing what your definition of love is with the relationship that you have with me. And when you started realizing like, oh, like this is what it feels like my mom loves me, like, or like how did you start feeling that? And then how did you start seeing like, oh, now I need to share that love that I receive at home with my siblings, with my friends, or whoever. Like, what was one thing that you're like, oh wow, I really like that, appreciate that, and I want to like pass it on and do that act of kindness for somebody else? What was one thing that you could think of?
I think like every year, because you give me like flowers something for Valentine's Day. I think I really like that. So this year I did it for like my friend. I did it for my friend Val. I hope she liked it. But yeah, I just felt so like cared about, like someone thought about me, and I was like, oh okay, like imagine
Receiving something.
Yeah, receiving it just felt like I feel appreciated. I feel cared about. Like Valentine's, like you said, like most people, it's like just with their significant other, and obviously I don't have that. So I was like, okay, you know what? I love how I felt when you gave me flowers. So I was like, I would like to pass it on.
And I think one thing that I noticed this year is that I think Justin sees how much that means to you, and I thought it was really sweet that when we went to the mall, he saw these like crochet flowers, and he was like, "Mom, I want to get one for Samantha." Can you? But he gets like social anxiety, so he didn't want to ask the person how much is it. So I was like, "Oh yeah, ask them." And he was like, "No, can you ask for me?" And he was trying to be so secretive. But one thing about my kids is they don't know how to keep secrets, and they get anxious really fast. So as soon as he bought it, he ran to go give it to her. He couldn't hold on to it until Valentine's. But I realized like, oh, showing those things are kind of like things that he's paying attention to now.
Yeah.
And eventually he'll continue to do that to other people, you know? Aside from like that one thing, how do you feel like you can, if you could tell anybody else your age, or if you could even, you wish someone else told you like how to self-love, what is something you would tell yourself? Like when did you start learning that you needed to give yourself love?
I don't know. I think like after I realized like my mom, like she's single parent obviously. So when I realized that you're more independent and stuff, I realized that I shouldn't have to rely on a man or anything in the future. So I just I have to learn to love myself first before I even love someone else.
But seeing it or like understanding it is one thing. But when did you start telling yourself like, no, I actually need to learn to have a relationship with myself and know and feel that I'm worthy of something? When did that like actually click? Like, no, I actually need to put in work to a relationship with myself.
I think after the first time I did therapy, that was one thing like I focused on a lot, was learning to love myself, because I think middle school hit me the hardest with like people being so rude and stuff. So now I was like, okay, you know what? That's when I was in therapy, and my therapist talked to me. She was like, oh yeah, like I think you just need to learn how to like love yourself more. And no, I do.
And it's interesting for you. It happened at such a like younger age. Like for me, Like that's something I wish my parents would have talked about with us. Like, oh, learn to love yourself. Or also, I started off being an adult way too young, but it's something that they never really like talked about or like never did really act so kind of like that. Like Valentine's was never like a big deal to my parents. In school it was like my mom always went along and bought us Valentine's stuff for school, but like at home it was not like something. It was like not like Happy Valentine's. Like I never had like that thing where my dad would like buy me a rose or like show me. Like never. Yeah. So I thought that I love that your dad started doing that, like buying me roses. That's when he would buy me roses, like, including you. That's something we always talked about is like how you want to set an example for the person so that when they grow up, they know what their expectations are higher and they have higher standards. So I think that's important too. And then also I've learned over the years that's also important to show your family like love to not just take them for granted. So if you have a family member, like you giving them something might mean more than what you think. And that's something that we're kind of learning as we go, like not just taking things for granted, but like also for us in our household, we've celebrated Valentine's Day. We always do like for the past, I think 3-4 years, we started doing like a steak day, like what we celebrated at home. Like we'll try to still be like budget friendly, but with a nice dinner, and we like make it a moment to kind of be together. So that's something that I like. And that kind of leads into the next thing, which is Valentine's memories. I kind of wanted you to talk about either it could be fun or a sentimental Valentine's Day memory you have. And also like make it about a memory and then talk about a gift that you received Valentine's Day. Like, oh, I love this. And then if there's something that you can give advice to somebody else to do, what would it be?
Ooh, okay. So I think a memory from Valentine's Day is when we had dinner here, and I'm already okay. I don't want to sound like spoiled or anything, but I'm used to like my mom getting me like flowers or something on my dad's behalf. And that year we had dinner and stuff, and she hadn't gotten me anything. I was like, she forgot. I was like, not even a rose or nothing, and I was just like, she forgot about Valentine's. But we had a whole dinner for Valentine's kind of. But I was like, oh, maybe she just wanted to have a nice dinner. She forgot it's Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. And then I remember after dinner, we were sitting and stuff. And then she put out 2 little bags. And it was like, one of them was full of lip glosses and stuff for me. And then the other one, Justin, I don't remember what he got. Mm. But we were both so happy because we were like, oh, she forgot. Which is so weird because she remembers every year. So I was like, oh, she forgot.
I don't even remember this. But yeah, I think for Easter, Valentine's, I try to give you guys like a little something small because as they get older, it's harder to get things. So, and they get more expensive. But I try to get like something just like to celebrate it.
And I think for advice, I would say like as a sibling, it's nice to get your sibling something as well. Like even if it's like a letter or something to someone, like it's good to know that you're appreciated.
And and
loved.
And if a mom is listening to you right now, is there something you want to share with them that they can do for their daughter or their son?
For like a girl or something, I think like even a single rose, like it's nice to get flowers. Even myself, I love flowers so much. For son, I don't know. What would just like trying to think like a gift card or something.
Yeah, or it could even be like a little some candies.
Yeah,
like a Starbucks gift card or whatever gift card to whatever
or spot having a nice dinner.
Something small, or just having dinner together. I think those are like big things. Yeah. And what about for like people who don't have like children? What about for people who just have like their own siblings or like they don't have children but they have like nieces and nephews? Kind of like the same thing, just doing something special for them.
Yeah, cards, candy.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go back into the same thing, answer it the same way, and share my Valentine's memory. I think for me, my favorite memory of Valentine's is that one time where that's the year that I started with celebrating it with other people, not just like your significant other. Was your dad and I had gone out on our own Valentine's Day, like a day or 2 prior before Valentine's, and then actual day of Valentine's, we spent it with my mom and my dad. That's something that I'm gonna remember forever. You don't remember this?
No.
So we did like a little like carne asada, like he did like a bootleg Benihana's meal, I think it was. And he did it. My mom lived like in a 3-story townhouse, and it was in the garage. And the fire alarm was going off or whatever. I hate those. But what I remember is seeing your brother, your oldest brother, and then I seen my brother like in the little like alley or whatever it was, like in the scooters running around having fun while we're cooking in the garage and like celebrating. Then my dad pulling up in his truck and buying my mom his little flowers. Like those are the like it's like literally engraved in my mind because I'm like just sharing it those moments with people that you love. It doesn't always have to just be significant other. You can have it with people that you're with. I thought that was pretty special. That's one of my favorite memories. And then so that just kind of goes back again to like you don't always have to spend a lot of money to make someone feel special. It could be something simple or something small. Love special. That's something that I want to talk to you. But what do you think makes love meaningful? It could be romantic. It could be with your family. What do you think is like an important part of a relationship that you're having with somebody else, whether it be your uncle, whether it be your brother, whether it be your grandpa? What makes that? What makes you feel like okay? I feel loved and they feel loved by me.
I don't know. That's a good one. I'm gonna say like communication, like just getting texts and stuff every once in a while, like to know that like
Checking
they
in on
remember
people.
like about they remember about you and stuff. Or like even my cousins when they send me like have a good day, like that means a lot because they stopped and took time to text me.
Yeah, I checking in on people.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like communication.
I think that for me, it's kind of like the same thing. Just like when you're putting thought into it, whether it be for a birthday and you put thought into the gift, or like you go out of your way to text them or to surprise them or to like just the little things that you do. I think that is something that also for us to keep in mind. And these are all things that doesn't necessarily mean that we do, guys. It's just something that we're kind of like thinking as we're having this discussion. But I think showing people it's not just about telling them, oh, I love you, have a good day. It's not about that. It's about you showing them that you love them by like she said, checking in on them, asking them how their day was, celebrating special moments with them, whether it's graduation, making it a big deal, making them feel like we're proud of you, like whatever it is that you're rooting for them and you're showing that. And I think you're right. The biggest thing goes back to communication, checking on them. Everybody is busy. Everybody has a life. Everybody has things going on. But if you have, when there's a will, there's a way. So if you're checking in on that person, then that shows that you care about them. And the Happy Friday text or Happy Monday text or whatever it is. Though, if you could do something like whether if money wasn't a burden or anything like that, how do you think you would be able to spread kindness to others? If it was like up to you, something that just it's you, like you know, you don't have to work. Don't think about like let's take the calories of it. How do you think you can spread kindness to others, and not just necessarily like your family, but just like in general to the world?
I think giving out flowers to people. I think like a lot of people like flowers. You smell and you're like, oh, like this is nice. I've seen TikToks before, like people go give out flowers to moms on Valentine's Day or like nurses and stuff, and I think it's really sweet. You feel appreciated.
I like that too. I think it would be nice, like if you run it, it could be just be to two people, three people, whatever is within your budget. If you can go out there and do something nice for someone, I think do it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to do it. I think you should do it. I'll have Justin do it. Just a Valentine's to random, just to be like, oh, where you're appreciated, and this is why we're doing it. I think just it's hard because you never know what people are going through, and you never know how that
the biggest
might change.
smile on their face, and they're like going through the worst.
Yeah, you never really know. So it's always good to be kind. I know we get caught up in everything that's going on that we forget that you just never really know what that person across from you is going through. Talk about was just like giving you advice on things. If you ever have a relationship, and just as from my point of view, my opinion, of course, you're gonna have to evaluate and like do your own thing. My mom never gave me any like relationship advice or anything, but I think for me, the first thing is always making sure you're setting boundaries, things that you're willing to accept, things that you're not willing to accept, and sticking to them. And the minute that you feel like there's a red flag going on or something's telling you like this is not okay, for you to listen to it. And it's easier to cut it off when it starts than it is, because the more deeper you get into a relationship, the harder it gets to separate yourself and you start to lose who you are. So I think the key before anyone starts a relationship with someone is to learn to have a relationship with yourself, learn how to love yourself, value yourself, know your worth. and stick to those things before you get in a relationship with somebody else. Because then when you're looking for validation through somebody else, then you get lost and the lines get blurred. And you don't even know if it's love or just feeling um, comfortable or feeling validated by this person, when in reality you should be validated by your own self and know your own worth. That's something that, like, I think. And then I don't know if there's something that you've seen in the past from relationships, or like just by witnessing things that you wish um people wouldn't accept or wouldn't tolerate, or any tips you would give to anyone else around your age.
I'm trying to think. I think at the first sign that you like see that a guy's like paying attention to other girls, like wandering eyes, that's just like, I don't know.
And I think there's a fine line with that. I think it's normal to look at people, maybe even normal to have a crush on somebody else, but also,
but to seek for them to be like
wanting to get attention reciprocated back from that person, that's crossing the line.
Yeah. I think it's okay to think someone else is attractive and stuff, but like it comes to a point where, like, would you rather be with them or would you rather be with me? You know? Yeah. So I think the first time you see that, like, I think that's something to look at and start paying attention to. Yeah. Wandering eyes.
Yeah. And basically we just wanted to make this more like Valentine's, because, you know, everyone's in the Valentine's mood right now.
We love Valentine's. I feel like more because, like, we could like bring out the pink stuff.
Yeah, it's very cutesy. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're listening to it a little late, or if you're listening to it before, happy Valentine's Day to you. Thank you for watching another episode. We really hope you guys are enjoying it. We really, really hope to make progress as we go on, and that the videos will only get better. If there's any suggestions you guys have as far as
video ideas,
topics you guys want us to discuss, let us know so that we can discuss those. Again, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment in the videos so we can see it, and kind of go on. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, my takeaway for you guys for today is just to remember to love yourself, and to appreciate yourself, and tell yourself that you're a badass.
Yeah, same thing for me. I think just learn to love yourself before you love anyone else.
Yeah. And to my siblings and nieces and friends who are watching, thank you. We see you. We appreciate you. And happy Valentine's Day. Hope you have an amazing day and that you get spoiled. And not spoil yourself. Spoil yourself. And then, I did get my kids a Valentine's gift already.
Yes.
And I got a little too excited, like my kids this year, and I gave it to them a little early. I haven't given my oldest anything yet, but I have something in mind for him. But the other two already got their gift a little early.
Yeah. I love my Valentine's Day gift.
And you guys will see it later on, and we'll talk about it later. Anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.